At the reunion dinner, my mother raised a toast that I was 35 and still single. The whole table chuckled. I set my glass down. I've been married for 3 years. My husband's name is Adam, and Lily, my daughter, is 3. The photo frame in my mother's hand slipped, glass shattering with a crisp crackle. That night, I was kicked out, yet for the first time, I could breathe. This isn't just a story about a secret marriage. It's how I broke free from conditional love, set boundaries without blowing up the family, and opened a door to real healing. If you've ever had to choose between the pride of grown-ups and your own truth, stay with me. In the next 10 minutes, I'll share a 3-step framework to turn an explosive dinner into the first mile of peace. I'm Myra. If you looked at our family photos back then, everything gleamed. Marble floors, napkins folded like cranes, my mother's hair never out of place. What you wouldn't see is that I grew up like someone walking a minefield, every step measured. At home, good enough meant A+, straight posture, perfectly tailored words. Mom believed a daughter must meet the standard for life to open its doors. Dad was the only one who'd sneak a wink across the table, as if to say, just be you. He didn't preach, he simply laid a warm hand on my back whenever I broke a glass. Then one day, he left us suddenly, and the house lost its winks. From then on, standards weren't expectations, they were law. When Dad died, our house shifted from high expectations to total control. Every report card became a hearing, every outfit a file stamped in red. I learned how to forecast storms. The click of Mom's heels in the hallway meant I'd be corrected that night. By 16, I was a risk management expert. What to say, how to sit, how much to smile to stay safe. It sounds funny, but many of you will recognize conditional love. Hugs when you're on standard, long silence when you're not. I didn't hate my mother. I understood she feared losing face, feared I'd be unmoored when life hit hard. But fear passed through another person turns into pressure, and pressure, sitting in a child too long, hardens into a faulty belief. I'm only worthy when I'm perfect. If you've ever stared into a mirror just to hunt for flaws, you know exactly what I mean. If this resonates, if you grew up with an invisible ruler laid across your living room, do 3 things today. 1. Name the pressure. Say it out loud. This is borrowed perfectionism. When named, it loosens its grip. 2. Write one small, doable boundary. No grade talk after 8 p.m., or I pick my weekend clothes. Start small so your brain learns the feel of a new safety. 3. Comment a specific moment when you saw conditional love at work and what you wish you could change for your childhood self. If you want, I'll compile the comments into a step-by-step boundary toolkit you can use with family, without a blow-up. Hit subscribe if you want the next chapter, How to Leave Home Without Losing Yourself. We don't need perfection to be loved. We need truth to be at peace. I left Connecticut for Seattle on a gray day, rain fine as a veil. I told people it was for career opportunities, but really, I needed a city where no one knew our old family ruler. Glass towers reflecting muted sky, coffee warm like a greeting. And on my first day, I spilled an entire cup on a stranger's blue shirt in the hallway. He looked up and smiled. Not annoyed, not performative. This shirt was retiring anyway. His name was Adam. No slicked hair, no luxury watch, just a strange sense of safety. If you've lived in a house where everything gets graded, you know how one ungrading smile can save an entire day. We started with quick lunches and stretched into rainy nights, ducking into bookstores, sprinting into ramen shops when the wind blew rain sideways. Adam talked like someone who made toys, then turned them into solutions. I like to build useful things. I don't need spotlights. Next to him, I wasn't a contestant, not a project to fix. I was simply Myra. But you know, past doesn't vanish when you change area codes. Mom's text pinged. Sweetie, have you met anyone on your level yet? On your level felt like a VIP tag dangling in front of other people. When she visited, dinner turned into an inquisition: alma mater, 5-year plan, family network, income, then the verdict: my daughter cannot lower her standard. I watched Adam stay calm, answer clearly, and I suddenly understood. Real class is how you treat people when you have nothing to prove. I wish I'd said that right there at the table. Instead, I gripped his hand under the table and counted breaths. At home, Adam said quietly, I don't want you to choose between me and your mom. I want you to choose you. It flipped a switch. For the first time, I saw the real equation wasn't whose class. It was which values I wanted to carry into my life: honesty, kindness, boundaries, or a never-ending leaderboard of pride. If you're dating someone who isn't from your family's approved tier, maybe the question isn't are they high enough, but are they kind enough, safe enough, and collaborative enough for a future? If this hits home, try 3 tiny actions this week. 1. Name the hidden standard. Write the phrases your family uses: same class, worthy, lowering the bar. Seeing them on paper separates values from vanity. 2. Script a one-liner boundary for a tough dinner. I value your opinion, but Adam's job and income are private. If we go further, I'll end the conversation. Practice it in the mirror 3 times. 3. Check emotional safety. After a gathering, rate 1 to 10 how respected you felt near that person. Consistent 6 or below is a red flag, not about class, about mental health. Comment 1 hidden standard you've heard and your boundary version. I'll help refine it so it's firm yet calm. If helpful, subscribe for the next part. How I learned to say no without blowing up dinner, and how an ordinary relationship outperformed an extraordinary class test. I'm Myra, and I married in silence. No princess dress, no golden stage, just a quiet Washington beach, a cutting wind, and 2 people whispering vows just loud enough to hear. We eloped because we knew a public wedding would turn into a family trial. I remember the ring moment, not flashy, but peaceful, like my body finally exhaled after years of bracing. If you're stretched between 2 gravitational pulls, love and expectations, you know the feeling, wanting a wedding without spectators to protect your inner software. Then came 3 years of living 2 lives. By day, I was the 35-year-old single daughter in mom's script, tidy, polite, still looking for someone worthy. By night, I was Adam's wife, cooking under Seattle rain, hanging our photos in a little house that hummed with wind in the pines. When Mom announced visits, I moved to a backup apartment, deliberately stocked with 1 toothbrush and a closet with no trace of a man. I learned spy skills, lift frames, swap lock screens, thread my ring onto a chain under my blouse. It sounds absurd, but every layer of disguise scratched my self-respect. Double living doesn't make you bad overnight. It wears you down. Sleep, joy, and your capacity to stand in truth. Then Lily arrived, and our theater props went flimsy. 2 lines on the stick. Adam laughed and cried. Her name came on a rainy night. Lily, soft as the pillow you hug after a heavy day. Pregnancy flooded everything with surgical light. What am I telling myself if I keep hiding? That family must pass inspection before it's acknowledged. Nights, I sat in the unfinished nursery, paint still drying, asking, am I teaching my child to stay silent to survive? In those moments, Adam squeezed my hand. You don't have to choose me or your mom. You just need to choose honesty with yourself. If you're in a quiet marriage like I was, here are 3 small moves to keep from losing yourself. 1. Set a weekly truth budget. Write 1-2 things you'll stop hiding, e.g., put up a couple photo, introduce this is my partner/husband to 1 friend. Increase truth percent by 5 to 10% weekly. Brains need small doses to learn new safety. 2. Prep a 1-line anchor. I don't discuss my personal life without respect. Repeat verbatim, no explanations. Debates feed the old regime. Anchors keep you upright. 3. Audit your hiding system. Which items, schedules, or accounts prop up the second life? Remove one link per month. Less infrastructure, fewer lies. Emotionally, be honest. Double living has short-term benefits, fewer clashes, fewer fights. But the long-term price is losing depth with your partner, yourself, and ultimately with the person you fear most, your mother. I won't sugarcoat it. Stepping into the light hurts. You'll shake, feel guilty, want to run back to shade. But peace doesn't live where it's cool. It lives where your words and actions match. If this resonates, share one anchor line you'll use this week. I'll help make it firm yet gentle. If you want a 30-day step-by-step exit from double living, say start, and I'll send the tailored version. At my aunt's house, candles flickering, cutlery clinking, Mom raised her glass, smiling. And here's to Myra, 35, finding her better half soon. The table tittered. I set my glass down. I'm not single. No one blinked. I've been married 3 years. My husband is Adam, and Lily, our daughter, is 3. Spoons pinged against plates. Mom narrowed her eyes, voice cooled. Are you joking with the family? I held up my phone. The 3 of us at the park. Sun, green grass, real smiles. Mom stared. Her hand trembled. The graduation photo frame she always carried slipped, glass crackling across the white tablecloth. There was no going back. Truth sprang like a coil released after years. I wasn't grandstanding, just steady. I chose to live kindly with myself. Mom shot up. Get out. My heart slammed against bone, and strangely my shoulders got light. The 2-life backpack finally dropped. Cousins stared. My uncle whispered, "She's your daughter." I packed, walked past a hallway lined with photos of an old Myra, no room for Adam or Lily. It felt like loss and gain, losing conditional approval, gaining the right to breathe as an adult. In the car, I texted Adam. It's done, he called. Come home. At the hotel, I cried, a thorough rinse, not for justice, but to wash the dust of fear. If you're about to speak truth in a room that grades, prep like an exam. One anchor line. I only discuss this with respect. Repeat verbatim, no elaboration. 2, light evidence if needed. 1 or 2 photos. Truth doesn't need slides. 3, quiet allies. Spot 1 to 2 reasonable relatives, uncle, aunt, and sit near them. 4, exit plan. Book hotel, ride in advance. Safety signals your brain. Once I speak, I can leave. 5, 4 to 6 breathing. Inhale. 4, exhale. 6 before speaking. Calm body so the mind leads. When sarcasm hits, use 3 boundary layers. Layer 1, mirror plus limit. I hear 35 and single. I won't continue if I'm labeled. Layer 2, repeat anchor. I only discuss this with respect. Repeat up to 3 times. Layer 3, withdraw. I'm leaving the table. We can talk when folks are ready. Then actually leave. Avoid 3 traps. Long justifications, feed the fight. Data duels turns into win, lose. Asking permission to be yourself. You don't need it. After the clash, don't jump into the next argument. Do 3 things. 1, decompress the body, hot shower, 20-minute walk, full sleep. Calm bodies don't replay tapes. 2, write a truth memo, 5 lines. What did I say? Which boundaries did I hold? Did I insult anyone? This shields against learned guilt. 3, safety hug. Stay close to someone who gives you enough. Partner, friend, or your own ritual. Tea, journaling, holding your kid. If you've had a spring-loaded dinner like this, comment. 1, the most common jab you hear, and 2, the anchor you'll use next time. I'll help refine it. Subscribe if you want the 10-minute safe truth checklist, a single page to prep before any family gathering. You don't need applause to be yourself. You just need to stand upright in the room that once made you bow. That night, I, Myra, rolled my suitcase out of my aunt's like someone escaping a thin air room. In the parking lot, I flipped my phone to silent and stared at a screen black as a lake. My heart raced, but my back felt oddly light. 3 years of two faces dropped with a kitschk, like shrugging off a rock-filled pack you forgot you were carrying. Back at the hotel, I cried, not a plea for fairness, but a rinsing cry. Guilt, fear, the addiction to approval. Part of me ached for losing my mother, or rather, for facing the truth that I'd lost her long ago, and only now the curtain fell. Another part, the grown part, stood still and breathed. I chose honesty. It hurts, but it has oxygen. Adam met me at the airport. No speech, no told you so, just an embrace, his heartbeat steady like a safety monitor. At home, Lily ran up with a wobbly sign. "Welcome home, Mom." I kissed her hair and knew, from today she'll grow up in one story, not two. In the first week, I did 3 tiny things that changed the frame. 1, make the house public. Rehang the wedding photo, put a family frame by the door. Each pass whispers, "We are real." 2, close lying channels. Delete the backup apartment calendar. Remove self-deception reminders. Remove ring. Change wallpaper. Kill the infrastructure, and lies lose oxygen. 3, create a return ritual. 9 p.m. Tea, dim lights. Each of us names one gratitude. Bodies need ritual to reset a new normal. I wrote Mom a letter I didn't send. 24-hour rule. 3 truths. I'm married. I'm Lily's mother. I choose to live honestly. 3 boundaries. No mockery, no interrogations, no ultimatums. 3 open doors. Visit Lily while respecting Adam. Sunday calls for 20 minutes. Dinner at our home. Why? Longing can morph into self-betrayal bargaining. The letter is a fence that keeps me from sliding back into good girl at any cost. When the "I'm a bad daughter" story rose, I used 3 inner anchors. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm stopping others from hurting me. Truth doesn't need persuasion. It needs calm repetition. Mature love has boundaries. 3 rounds of 4 or 6 breathing, and my heart slowed, mind cleared. I knelt to Lily's eye level. If anyone ever says you must hide a part of yourself to be loved, tell me. In this house, we choose truth and kindness. She nodded and placed her doll in my hand, a tiny treaty. If you've just walked out of a snapped rope dinner, light shoulders, aching chest, comment 2 things. 1, one hiding infrastructure you'll dismantle this week, calendar, app, habit. 2, one return ritual you'll create. I'll share a 7-day post-truth checklist. Subscribe for the 333 letter template, 3 truths, 3 boundaries, 3 doors, to reopen dialogue without losing yourself. Peace isn't won at the dining table, it's built by living a single life when you get home. A month after the reunion, I, Myra, received a handwritten letter from Mom. No dear, no flourishes, just careful lines. I don't accept that you hid this for 3 years, but perhaps I contributed. If you agree, let's talk. Not an apology, but a cracked door, and my job was to decide whether to step through and how to do it without stepping on myself. I reread it, both warm and wary. Adults fear one thing, being dragged back into their old role. I knew our family rhythm too well. Open up, get graded, self-doubt. I called Adam. He said one line, "If you walk through that door, carry your boundaries." I got it. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Dialogue doesn't mean dropping your guard. I replied with the 333, 3 truths, 3 boundaries, 3 doors. Truths, I'm married. I'm Lily's mother. I choose to live honestly. And boundaries, no mockery, no interrogations about income, degrees, lineage, no ultimatums. Doors, Sunday calls for 20 minutes, 7:30 p.m., my time. After 3 stable calls, dinner at our home. When you come, respect Adam as host. She agreed. I set a frame for each call, texting it beforehand so both brains had a script. 1, 5 minutes. Check in on health the week, no evaluations. 2, 10 minutes, life updates, work, Lily, garden. No comparisons, no if only. 3, 5 minutes, concrete plan for the week ahead, plus 3 golden rules. If there's a jab, I say I want to stop this topic. If repeated, end the call and confirm next week's time. No recording, no surprise 3-way calls. If emotions spike, either side can say, pause for 10, no explanation. Sample lines to avoid old roles. Mom slips a jab. At 35. Reply. That feels like grading. Let's change the topic. Mom probes Adam. How much does he? Reply. Our finances are private. I can tell you about our weekend garden plan. Mom goes ultimatum. If you? Reply. I don't choose under fear. Let's revisit when we're calm. Stick to one sentence, one breath, no arguments. Truth needs no oratory, just calm repetition. Before, after call rituals. Before, 3 minutes of 4-6 breathing plus write 2 intentions, e.g., update on Lily's preschool, confirm visit date. During, set a 20-minute vibration timer. When it buzzes, that's good for today. I appreciate this call. After, write a 5-line memo. What did she respect? What boundary did I hold? One bright spot, e.g., she asked about Adam without barbs. Memos are vaccines against learned guilt. On the 3rd call, Mom asked, You have a vegetable garden? Her voice softened. I told her about Lily's sunflowers. Silence then. Your father always wanted tomatoes. The door opened another notch, not because I convinced her, but because the safe frame let kinder memories return. If you're facing a not quite an apology but willing to talk door, comment your 333 Truths, Boundaries, Doors. I'll help polish the wording. Subscribe for the Sunday 20-minute call framework. Script plus pre-post checklist. The goal isn't to win arguments. It's to reclaim decent space where 2 adults can grow. The day Mom flew to Seattle, I, Myra, placed a house covenant at the entry. Respect, honesty, boundaries. Hosts, Myra, Adam. Guest of honor, Lily. Not grand, just a 10x15 sandpaper card in a wooden frame. Doorbell. Mom stood there with a gift for Lily and a bottle of wine. I smiled. Welcome to my home. The word home sounded new because for the first time, it didn't need anyone's permission. Lunch was quieter than expected. Adam cooked something simple. Lily chirped about her sunflowers. Mom nearly slid into an old if only, but stopped. Her shoulders softened, watching Lily stack stones into a birthday cake. Amid old habits like shade, sometimes the sun lands just right. I wasn't waiting for a cinematic hug or a grand apology. I was watching for tiny breaks, the way adults learn to step back. Designing the visit with a 3-layer safety frame. Layer 1, pre-visit agreement, texted beforehand. Timing flow, 2 étoiles soon 6:30 p.m. Snack, garden, play with Lily, dinner. Minimum boundaries, no mockery, no financial interrogations, no ultimatums. Host respect, Adam co-hosts, meal and schedule decisions are ours. Layer 2, 5-minute opening ritual. I read 3 lines. Thanks for coming. In our home, we speak with respect. If a topic is hard, we'll pause and return later. Anchor gestures, offer water, point to the house covenant. Layer 3, STOP for boundary slips. Say it. That feels like grading. Tell boundary, we don't discuss income degrees. Offer option. Let's switch to the garden or Lily. Pause, pull back. If repeated, I'm taking a 10-minute break. Stand up, don't bluff. Team signals. with Adam. Hand signal, touch glass equals change topic. 2 taps of spoon, call a 10-minute timeout. Seating, Adam across from Mom to soften direct eye locks between Mom and me. Roles, Adam leads concrete topics, garden, kitchen, Lily. I manage boundaries and time. Flexible 4-stop schedule. 1. Snack, 30. Safe topics, her favorite food, the flight, weather. 2. Garden Lily, 60. Hands-on tasks, watering, weeding, doing softens talking. 3. 10-minute break, proactive timeout, silence and water are allowed. 4. Dinner, 60 to 75. Sharing frame, each person names 1 gratitude, 1 thing to look forward to. No commentary on others' shares. 3 short cards, no argument. I don't discuss private life as an interrogation. We can differ. I won't accept language that makes me lesser. I'm pausing now. Let's revisit after dessert. In the kitchen, Mom watched Adam doing dishes. Your father used to insist on washing too. She hesitated, then, thank you for caring for Myra. Short, imperfect, but enough. Adam smiled. We care for each other, this whole house. Amid soap and clinking plates, I felt a hairline crack in the wall. Closing ritual. 3-line summary. I noticed you stopping yourself a few times. I appreciate it. Our door stays open when there's respect. See you on Sunday's call. At the door, a sprig of rosemary from the garden, a gentle memory anchor. After she leaves, 15-minute decompression, dim lights, warm tea, each of us names 1 thing we did well, 1 thing to improve next time. Write a 5-line memo so the brain has proof of progress. Hosting a difficult relative soon. Comment 3 items. 1, your minimal boundaries. 2, your 4-stop schedule. 3, 1 STOP line you'll use. I'll help craft a 1-page visit script tailored to your home. Subscribe for the printable house covenant, A5, plus host, guest/kid, role checklist. The aim isn't to remake people into us. It's to create space where everyone can step back without losing dignity. After the first visit, it felt like we'd found a groove. But healing doesn't run straight. It winds like a mountain road in fog. In week 3, Mom texted, Lily needs a good school, public schools, you get it. My chest pinched, same line, same frequency. I breathed and glanced at our respect, honesty, boundaries sign. We weren't back at 0. We were learning to U-turn within the lane. Old slips show up in ordinary ways. A comparison, advice smuggled in judgment, a half smile that makes the child in me curl up. I don't flee or explode anymore. I name what just happened. Strangely, when I speak clearly without attacking, Mom stops. Not always, but often enough to make me believe. Adults can relearn love, given a frame and a way out. 3R protocol. When slips happen, recognize, repair, recommit. 1. Recognize. 1 sentence, present tense. Oh, the public school line feels like grating. Oh, that comparison makes me shrink. Goal, name the impact, not indict the person. 2. Repair, small suggestion, doable now. Oh, can we switch to, what do you want for Lily's school? Oh, could you rephrase as curiosity, not judgment? 3. Recommit, remind the covenant. Oh, let's keep the respect frame. If it's hard, we'll pause 10 minutes. 1-line formula, impact, request, frame. Example, that felt like grating. Let's ask my hopes instead. Keep the respect frame. Traffic lights for hot topics. Green, safe. Garden, Lily, food, Dad's memories. Yellow, caution, money, school, career. Red, stop, Adam's income, others' marriages, ultimatums. Each call visit, agree on 1 to 2 green anchors. If you slide into yellow, use an anchor line. If it hits red, pause exactly 10 minutes, then return to green. Tape a small legend behind a chair as a discreet guide. Short apology scripts for both sides. Mom's version, when she tries and slips. I said that out of worry, but it grated you. I'm sorry. Let's try again. My version, when I raise my voice. I spoke loudly. I'm sorry for the delivery. My point stands. I need respect. Principle. Apologize for behavior. Maintain boundary. 2-2-2 relationship maintenance. 2 minutes before each call. 4 to 6 breathing plus 1 small goal, e.g., share Lily's drawing. 2 bright spots during, proactively affirm real progress. I saw you stop before comparing. I appreciate it. 2 memo lines after. 1 boundary I held. 2 1 signal of mom's progress. Stack 6 to 8 weeks of bright spots. Your brain believes progress is real, not wishful. One evening on video, Lily shoved a paper sunflower at the screen. Mom smiled, didn't ask about schools, only, how do you glue it so it stays? The 3 of us smeared glue together, fingers sticky. No grand lesson, just 15 minutes of being together without a judge. Healing doesn't need speeches, it needs kind habits. Shift gear lines when you sense a slide. Mom, I want to be understood before I'm advised. I choose to share, not be interrogated. We're different and I accept that. Can we go back to Lily? Say it slowly, keep your gaze soft, lay your hands on the table, calm bodies give words weight. When you need a reset after a hard slip, 1. End the call intentionally. I'm pausing. See you Sunday. 2. 3-line text. A. Acknowledge good. B. State boundary breach. C. Propose next frame. O. I loved our crafting bit. The school comparison crossed my boundary. Next time, let's stick to green topics. 3. Self-care. 20-minute walk, warm shower. Write 5 lines of truths about yourself. No mention of mom. If you're in the gradual healing zone and fear one slip will wreck it all, comment. 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 red topic in your family, plus a shift gear line you'll try. I'll help make it firm and gentle. Subscribe for the printable 3R plus traffic lights cards, A6 for the back of your phone case. We don't need perfection to move forward. We just need to stop on time, fix the right thing, and recommit on repeat until the new normal becomes reflex. People say time heals. Actually, habits heal. Time only gives us chances to repeat. Right or wrong is on us. In the slow mending stage, I, Myra, learned that every near slip is a small rep. Not win-lose, but strength training for boundaries. One day, Mom sent a listing for a house worthy of you with, if only Adam tried harder. My chest tightened, the child inside wanting to go quiet for peace. But the adult in me learned to stand still without tensing. Healing isn't turning Mom into someone else. It's helping us move through differently. When I stay firm and soft, the living room suddenly breathes. Framed Healing Toolkit, upgraded. 1. 2-minute RAIN. When triggered, recognize, allow, inquire, navigate. Recognize, I'm triggered by worthy. Allow, let the feeling sit for 3 breaths. Don't fire back. Inquire, ask, what do I need? Respect/being heard. Navigate, choose a short, clear, non-attacking line. Sample, worthy makes me feel graded. R, I notice that and want to name it. A, I need respectful language. I, could we switch to what do you want? N, 2, boundary sandwich, genuine praise, boundary choice. I know you worry about me. Praise. I won't accept comparisons person to person. Boundary. Let's talk about our family's criteria instead of status. Choice. 3. Micro contract per call. Visit. Send a 3-line micro contract before each interaction. 1. Today's green topics. 2. Yellow topic we might touch. If tough, pause. 3. Reminder of respect rules. Example. Today, garden lily. If school comes up, 10 minutes max, then back. As usual, no comparisons, no ultimatums. 4. Repair. 10, 10, 10 after a slip. 10 words apology for behavior. I raised my voice. I'm sorry. 10 words boundary reminder. My point stands. I need respect. 10 minutes doing dishes, watering. Let the body downshift. 5. Shift gear lines by intensity. Light. I want to be asked before I'm advised. Medium. I hear your worry. That phrasing shrinks me. Let's change it. Heavy. I'm pausing 10 minutes. When I return, green topics only. 6. Trigger journal. 3 columns. Trigger line. Body sensation. Response. I chose. Write 3 lines after each time. In 3 to 4 weeks, patterns emerge. Pre-script your responses. 7. PACT for tough items. Practical, agreed, clear, time-boxed. Practical, max 2 mentions this month. Agreed, we both consent. Clear, Adam's income, ELO's stop. Time-boxed, yellow topics, ELO's 10 minutes max. Place, packed on a sticky note at the table. Visibility helps brains comply. Model dialogues, short, real, no debate. Mom, public schools aren't as good, you know. Me, I hear your worry, acknowledge. The comparison grades me, impact. Let's discuss my hopes for Lily instead, direction. Mom, if Adam tried harder. Me, I won't discuss my husband's drive as a judgment boundary. I can share our family finances in broad strokes without comparisons. Mom, I just want what's best. Me, I know Inai, best for me is being respected when I differ. Define best. Progress metrics, so your brain believes it. Percent of calls without raised voices over 4 weeks. Count of times mom self-stops or rephrases. Count of times I used a one-liner instead of a speech. Recovery time after slips. 1 day, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Relapse prevention. 1. Forecast high-risk seasons. Weddings, reunions. Expand micro-contracts and green topics. 2. Shoulder buddy. Pre-book a 10-minute debrief with a friend/partner after. 3. Peace anchors, house covenant card, rosemary sprig, family photo. Keep them in sight. If you're in the slow mending zone and want a clear run frame, comment. 1 3-line micro contract for your next meetup plus 1 boundary sandwich line. I'll tune it to be firm and kind. Subscribe for a printable RAAN, PACT, repair 10 10 10. Trigger journal, 1 A4 trifold for your wallet. Remember, you don't need perfection. Just repeat the right habits until the new normal becomes reflex.